Welcome back, man. Cat Club reacts again, man. I'm late. I'm late. I'm late to the party. I know Stephen A. Smith and Jason Whitlock had their beef. I didn't talk about it. I didn't get to make a video about it. I was doing other things, man. So I want to get into that because that's what I want to talk about today. So Jason Whitlock is doing a lot of, in my opinion, a lot of hating for a long time. And Stephen A. Smith, he's had other responses, but this time he got personal. And I love it. I love it. I think it's great. I think it's well needed. I think it needed to happen. So let's just jump into it, man, because we have to watch this.
Stephen A. He's fraudulent. He's lying about his college basketball career. He's admitted he's lying about his college basketball career. If I sat in the media space for 20 years telling everybody, I played for Big House Games and I got a full ride scholarship after knocking down 17 straight three-pointers in a scrimmage on a Sunday when they played a game on Saturday and they hosted a scrimmage on Sunday and I knocked down 17 straight three-pointers and they gave me a scholarship on the spot. Anybody familiar with HBCUs? Anybody familiar with Winston-Salem State and how little money Winston-Salem State has and had back then? They're not giving out scholarships on the spot to anybody. It's all.
I'm just going to be honest with y'all. I mean, you are a 50-year-old man. Why are we talking about college shit when it comes to this? I get you're trying to poke at his credibility, but like you're going after his college resume. He's 50 years old. There's so many things that you could talk about to at least try to make a point than this. This is just crazy. Again, this is Jason Whitlock's side of it. This is how it started. This is kind of, it's like, was weird. I'm watching a reaction of reaction because this is the Stephen A. Smith show. But like, we got to stop this. This is nasty and this is hating. This is just hating. Like, I get it. Stephen A. Smith does a lot of stuff that you can criticize. But like, criticizing his college years is where he admits he was no good. He wasn't going anywhere. Like, I don't get this angle of it, but let's keep watching.
a lie.
Welcome to the latest edition of Straight Shooter with yours truly. In case you didn't know, that wasn't Norbit. That was Jason Whitlock.
Uh-oh. What is he doing? Stephen A., what are you doing? Come on. You ain't have to do that, bro. That was not needed at all. You could tell he hates him. I will never see him talk about anybody like this. This is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy.
You know the difference. You know who Norbit is, right? Even though they look alike, that wasn't him. That was Jason Whitlock. You know, it's so interesting. A lot of times, it's so interesting. A lot of times, a lot of people looking at me and saying, Stephen A., you said you wasn't going to clap back. You wasn't going to say anything. You said when you went off on Jason Whitlock, over a year ago that you wasn't going to say much about it. But here you are, Stephen A. Again, I will remind you, ladies and gentlemen, that I have been being attacked by this man for over a decade. And the two times that I have spoken about him are the only two times that anybody has ever heard me say anything about him. But it does get to a point where you feel compelled to speak up because as I watched his interview with Cam Newton on Cam Newton's show, 4th and 1, what y'all are missing, whether it's Emmanuel Acho or it's Marcellus Wiley or others who I will get to in just a second, certainly Cam Newton, what you're missing is...
Man, he got some... Hey, he mad. He mad. Cam Newton, count your days on that show. Count your days, brother. I don't know why you did it. Acho, I see what you're doing. You're trying to get back on the show. I get it. Y'all smart. Stephen A. smart. Acho smart. Cam, that was dumb. I would have put... I get it if you want quick ratings, but long-term relationships, platforming the nigga and then asking him, what do you think of Stephen A? And don't give no pushback. You're wrong, and that's weird. And you should be called out because that's just weird behavior. If somebody did that to me, I'm like... And after I gave you opportunity... let you be on my show, the number one rated sports morning show for the last 12, 11 years, whatever it is. Yeah, that's just ridiculous. So you wrong, Cam, and you know you are. I don't care what you say.
That a lot of people are looking at it and acting like this is about the business. Now, this is personal. It's personal. Now, I'm not as personal as other people would be. Because let me assure you, and if you know anything about Jason Whitlock's background, you would understand. There's a reason you see his fat ass sitting in some cubicle somewhere.
Wow. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, he don't talk like this. Sorry, I'm eating. He don't usually talk like this. At all. Stephen A. Smith right now, he's riled up. He don't talk like this. I'm going to tell you that right now. I've never seen him talk like this, man. He feel away. He got see, Jason Whitlock knows how to get under your skin. He's one of the best trolls we got. So this is crazy.
Scared to come out in public because he knows cats waiting for him. But he ain't worth it to me. He ain't worth it. Now you would say, well, then why are you addressing him? Here's why. Because of what he has systematically tried to do to Black people in this industry. It's personal on a whole multitude of levels.
That's not why it's personal. Now, we can say that can maybe be a 1% thing. We know what it is. It's real smoke because he's been talking about you. There's a lot of people that do that come from the Black community, whatever, and it ain't the same type of energy. We got to come on, Stephen A. I'm here with you, and he do a lot of bullshit. I agree with you. He should be called out on it, and I think he definitely tries to play to the white power structure. I get it, but come on now, let's be real now, because he's talking bad about you, and he's been doing it for a while, and you feel away, and you missed the ESPN. I'm just saying.
And I'll get to all of that in a second. I want to address first and foremost how pathetic and sick he looks. I mean, it's a real big time problem when it comes to him. It's hard to even put into words. Do you see his face when he's talking about me? You see his eyebrows looking like horns? You see how demonic he looks? I bring that up because he always claims to be doing God's work. Does that look like somebody doing God's work? I haven't even gotten into the details of what he's doing to show you that it's antithetical to anything that he swears he is doing. Because when it comes to being a pathological liar, no one is worse than him to himself, more so than the other people and the rest of us. It's to himself. But just for entertainment purposes, let me go back to what he was saying about my basketball career. Ladies and gentlemen, how many times have I said I tried?
Hey, with these, I got to be careful with my reactions. But he said a lot there. This is real hate and vitriol. I can hear it in his voice. You call the nigga the devil, you're evil incarnate. That's what he's saying. It's a lot. That's a lie. I ain't never seen you talk like this, Stephen A. I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at you. It's just different. I ain't never seen you like this, but I ain't mad at it. Keep going, man. Because I definitely want to see what he gets into with this. This is where it starts getting spicy. Obviously, I can't watch the whole thing. I'm gonna cut through parts, but yeah, this intro was crazy.
Somebody said up there, say, he played at Winston-Salem State. I said, I tried to. I grew up poor. I can assure you, my parents couldn't afford to pay for my college education. How did I graduate from Winston-Salem State? How did I go there without having to pay a dime? How'd that happen? It happened because I had a basketball scholarship. How did I get the basketball scholarship? Oh, I showed up for a workout. Well, you ever heard of the name Harold Funny Kit? Harold Funny Kit is a person that played at Winston-Salem State in the 70s, who remained close to the program, who drove me down from Queens, New York to Winston-Salem, North Carolina for a workout in the middle of the season because Clarence Big House Gaines, he called Clarence Big House Gaines and say, I got some talent for you. I want you to see this guy. Clarence Big House Gaines saw me, sat up there, put me out on the court with cats like Charlie Spell and others, and said, get on the court, show me what you got. And I kept passing the ball. He called the timeout. He said, wait a minute. Ain't you supposed to know how to shoot the ball? I said, yes, sir. He said, well, then, God damn it, shoot the ball. And I went out there and I hit 17 straight three-pointers. I repeatedly stated I never did it before and I never pulled it off since. That one day God was watching. How can somebody who proclaims to be doing God's work have a problem with somebody highlighting how a moment in their life involved divine intervention because they were able to do something they never did and they lucked up? Jason Whitlock's that guy. Because you see, if you listen to him long enough, he's the only one that has this unfeathered connection with God.
Seems pretty solid. That's a solid story. That's a solid story. I'm gonna be honest with you. It seems believable. I kind of believe it now. I got to. Whitlock, what you gonna say to that? I'm gonna be real. Like, I'm with you, Stephen A. You saying all the right things right now. You are. I think. How do you rebut that story? Because that is true. Now, I didn't think you had to give him all this attention. I'll be real. I ain't think you got to do all this, Stephen A. I think you was, I ain't gonna say you bigger than this, but I feel like you could have handled this maybe a little better. I get it though. He been talking crazy. I understand it. I get it, but I didn't think it was that big of a deal. But let's get into the rest of this. I didn't think it was going to be a thing that you would be really mad about. Give it your time. Because for me, personally, what I see, you became basically the biggest thing in sports right now, and he can get a job anywhere. His karma already happened. He has to do right-wing conservative sports talk. Interesting. Even when you look at his page, it's not sports, but it's really just right-wing commentary and just bad think pieces. Like, it's just overt hate. And like, it them ain't evil, but it's overt hate. So I don't know, but keep going, man. I'm gonna skip through some of this soon.
It's God that touched him. It's God. At here on numerous occasions, totally disgusted with the vile, despicable, disgusting human being that he is, who has lied about me, who has denigrated me, who even went as far as to call my pastor to try to interview my pastor about me. A pastor is a spiritual individual with a connection to individuals from his congregation, similar to what a priest is in the Catholic community, which means that the communication that happens with one another is between one another. Everybody knows that. That man says he's a man, he's doing God's work.
Do you guys understand the level of hate that takes? Do y'all really understand that? The level of hate that would take to go wait for... that is crazy. Like, damn. Because he ain't trying to talk to you? Because he don't mess with you? Call his pastor to get dirt on him? That is salacious. Wow. That is really salacious. That is ridiculous, y'all. Wow.
But he don't know that? Of course he knows that. He doesn't care. He doesn't care, ladies and gentlemen, because he never has. Have you seen the things religiously associated with Jason Whitlock? He's on Blaze Media. Maybe I should, because I do know a few people.
Flex your power.
Isn't Glenn Beck running Blaze Media? Maybe I should give him a call and remind him of the things that Jason Whitlock has done. Maybe I should point to some of the demonic, evil, vicious stuff that he has done to me, Chris Broussard, Scoop Jackson, Jamel Hill, Michael Smith. List goes on and on. Maybe I should tell the people that he works with how people at PTI, pardon the interruption, when he used to sub there, they looked at him and they said, "What's wrong with you? Why are you doing these kind of things to people all the time?" He said, "You don't know? The money."
That's an evil dude. That's an evil dude. That's some evil. Hey, that's next level looking out for yourself, though. I can understand it in this world where you think everybody's fake, nobody's friends, and you should look out for yourself. I can get that. I can maybe understand that, right? But for me personally, it's like, you ain't gotta do that, my nigga. It's not that deep to hate that much. That's all I'm saying. That's a level of hate where it's just like, where are we going with this? Where does it end? What won't you do for views? You already came Uncle Ruckus. You had a good show on Fox. Heard you were the best to work with. They let you go. You don't acknowledge anything that happens to black people, to any marginalized community, which is just, I get it. Sometimes is there times where, yes, there are certain instances where I feel like people are overdoing it. I can understand that. And I see it and I call it out. But you just are overtly just on the white supremacist side. I don't get it. So it's just a lot that comes with you. And you rub people the wrong way. And if you're doing this behind the scenes and somebody asks you why you're doing this, you say for the money, that's getting clipped. The face, that is getting clipped. Oh, for surely. Getting clipped. Oh, man. So, I don't know. But that's crazy.
But he shows up on Cam Newton's podcast and says he don't care about the money. Really? You sure about that? You want to hang your hat on that? Because I know otherwise. So I could sit here and go off all day, every day, about the disgusting speck of a human being that he is, the piece of shit that he is. But then, so what am I doing? What am I doing? Why am I mad at him? Ladies and gentlemen, I dropped the ball. You know, I got up because I wanted to sit in front of the camera and I wanted to make sure he looked at a suit he never has a snowball's chance in wearing. You know, somebody that was critical of Cam Newton, along with numerous other people in the past. He was talking about how they dressed and how they looked and all of this other stuff.
Damn.
And I'm sitting there thinking about the cruelty that you exercise when you talk about so many people.
I'm telling you right now, he going for the jugular right now. He is going crazy. Hey, Stephen A. Smith, this is the energy we need. This is the real Stephen A. Smith. This is what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the one we thought we was going to get most of the time. This new Stephen A. Smith that try to keep it, we need this one. That's going to take you out. You ready to take him out? I could tell. The suit is crazy. I'll give you, the suit game is crazy right now. Because, damn. You getting too much money, man. Hey, say what y'all want. But I like the way he's talking, man. This is what TV obviously should not be all the time, because this would be just hell. They'll take it too far. But from time to time, you need to do this, man. Remind people. Just because I do all that fun shit, I'll snap on you. I'll do my thing, and I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I do. I like to hate.
And for some reason, it escaped me what the real problem is. Until I saw you on Cam Newton. Before, I just thought you were evil, bro. I just thought you were evil. But you're jealous. Because you see the career that you say that I have that's fraudulent. No wonder you keep going back to shit from 40 years ago when I was playing basketball in high school and I tried to play in college. I've been the first to tell anybody, please, I couldn't shine these players' shoes. How does it feel to know, Jason, that you're still not better than me? You have never heard me say...
Hey, I like it. Hey, doing all that dissing. Doing all that dissing, Jason. This what happened. I'm telling you. Stephen A. Smith, tell him. Tell him.
what I'm about to say about anybody in this business, because I don't talk about my colleagues and my contemporaries that way. I want everybody to get this, but I have whipped your ass. You're a columnist, I'm a columnist. You a New York Times bestseller? No, you're not, but I am. Television ratings on ESPN, we're approaching 14 consecutive years of being #1 in the mornings. You don't have a job. Fox don't want you. ESPN don't want you. None of that networks, ABC, CBS, NBC, Fox, they don't want you. And what nobody has echoed.
I agree. They don't want you no more. They don't want him on the team. I completely agree with that. And he know that too. He know that. He know. They don't want to deal with him, but they got to deal with him. That's the thing. They're like, damn, we got to deal with this dude. We really don't want him out on our squad. I get it. You really don't want him on the squad, but you got to deal with him. I get the dilemma where you at right now, because you know he goofy. You know he goofy. He's controversial. He does too much, and he's just not good for TV and just personal work relationships. So I get it.
Or has come close to echoing, other than Emmanuel Acho, who deserves all the credit in the world for bringing this up, is how you lean on Christianity. Why is that relevant? Because that's what the Blaze.
I just want to say this quickly, because I do be watching. Acho be chasing it. Acho chases the clout. So I know he was happy when Stephen A. Smith said his name, but I do agree with this point. This point is 100% valid. You always hide behind this veil of Christianity and like damn near like you better than everybody and you're more holier than thou, and you just spew hate all day. It just really, I don't understand it. You can call it critique or whatever, criticism, whatever you want to say, but it's hate, because a lot of that shit is not warranted, and it's just like just mean shit just for the sake of saying mean shit. So I do agree with that.
Network does, or the Blaze Media. It's conservative, leaning, religion and stuff like that. That's what they do. You're doing it because you're doing what's politically expedient so you could keep a job. How do we know this? Because how else would you watch me so much? Why do you know every little thing I do? Do you understand, Jason Whitlock, that you have done the equivalent of literally getting on your knees right in front of me?
What? What? Hey, bro, he's going 10 for 10 right. What is going on, Stephen A? What? That's what you on? He talking crazy. He is talking crazy. I love it. I love this shit, man. Why? Stephen A, did he really, you really feel a way? But Jason, he on your ass right now with this rant. He going, this is definitely this might be one of them goated rants. I'm gonna be honest with you. We gotta rewind that back. Let's just rewind that back one more time. Wow.
Stan J. Much. Why do you know every little thing I do? Do you understand, Jason Whitlock, that you have done the equivalent of literally getting on your knees right in front of me?
Do you understand how crazy that is to say? Stephen A. Smith don't talk like this. This is crazy. I like the energy though. I like it. I like it. Hey, keep going on him. No, yeah, he want to keep talking crazy. Yeah, this will come with that. This will come with that. Nah, you doing all that dissing. This will come with that. Keep going.
That's how desperate you sound, talking about me all the time. In this profession, I have whipped your ass. You can't touch me, bro. There's levels to this, and you ain't on it. I got up and walked around studio, not just to show off my suit and the relatively decent shape that I'm in, but because you never
My gosh. Oh my gosh. So you can't walk around the studio. Get your big ass up. Man, he is going. This is crazy.
move from your seat. You don't want people to see you with your walrus looking ass self. All you do is pop shit and talk about people. You stopped covering sports a long time ago. You just talk about people who cover it. Because it ensures that you don't have to go to games, you don't have to communicate with people, and you don't have to be confronted by the people that you mess with outside of this business. You tell them how you slide a tape recorder under Allen Iverson's hotel door when you try to listen to those conversations. You tell them that?
Bro, this dude is slimy. This is next level. This dude is genuinely, we got to be real. This is like, oh, this dude's like a slime ball. I knew he was a slime ball, but I didn't know it was this deep. This is deep. This is deep, bro. Wow. This is not, wow. This is crazy, bro. I'm going to be real with you, bro. This is wild. If you did that, you wrong as fuck. Man, you should be sued. Oh, whatever that comes with that during that time should have happened to you, because that's ridiculous.
You tell them how many of us in the industry that you went to bosses and tried to undermine us to prevent us from getting paid? You talk about how many careers you've tried to squash? No, you don't talk about that. You say, I'm doing God's work. It's like, I don't care what people think. It's about me and him. You must have been really messed up to be so fixated on God at this point in time in your life because you know the damage you tried to do to other people. Let me go through some of the headlines just for our edification. Is this God's work?
This is getting so deep, bro. Wow. My dude, this is crazy. I'm not gonna lie, this is getting wicked. This is wicked. This is so wicked. Let's read that. How Jason Whitlock is poisoning ESPN's Black Grantland. 2 months ago, just end of a long holiday weekend, Jason Whitlock convened a morning meeting at Los Angeles offices of his ESPN Back Black internet site. The Defeated, which is slated to go live this summer, 5 days before to coincide with the NBA All-Star Game. The site had introduced itself with a feature story on Charles Barkley, a race written by former AP Entertainment editor Jesse Washington. It was first published proof a year and a half after the site has been announced as black-led. Wow.
How Jason Whitlock is poisoning ESPN's Black Grantland. That's from an article in 2015. I would encourage everybody to go read it. It's on Deadspin. Go read it. Is that God's work? How about this next headline? Show me the next one. Is that God's work? Jason Whitlock says Tyree Nichols died because officers were supervised by single black women. That's what you said. That's what he said. That God's work?
Wow.
Is this God's work?
Wow.
No, Michelle.
Wow.
Obama isn't trans. But here's why her critics repeat the false claim.
Wow.
That's God's work, huh? Oh, I got more. Show some more. The Blaze's Jason Whitlock rages against women's suffrage. Not everybody has to have a vote. So women shouldn't be voting. That's God's work. That's God's work, according to Jason Whitlock. Jason Whitlock compares Black Lives Matter and Antifa to the KKK.
He's a wild boy. He's a wild boy, man. I'm about to end this, but I got to get through these headlines. Are crazy. This is crazy, man. The enforcement arm of the Democratic Party. That's what I'm saying, but this is what happens when you get tied into these groups and you put yourself into a corner that this is the only people you really can just do business with, that wants to do business with you. These are like the only types. So this is what you run into. Sad to say.
That's God's work. So you went on your knees. And
what is he about to say? Hey, come on, Stephen A. What are you about to say right now?
Prayed for those headlines. That's what you did. You are pathetic. Attacking Ryan Clark. A brilliant freaking NFL analyst.
He was struggling.
One of the best in the business, bar none, unquestionable. You attack him. What's he done to you? That's godly? That's acting on behalf of the good Lord? No. That's acting on behalf of somebody evil and disgusting and jealous who systematically goes about the business of trying to diminish and lower black people in our business because they're better than you, and you don't want anybody to see it that way. And if you're not broke, you will be soon.
Oh my God. This what I'm talking about, Stephen A. Get on him. Get on him.
Because chances are you're not hireable. You have no ethics, you have no morals. But most importantly, for the purposes of this conversation, Jason Whitlock, you don't have a career that compares to mine. I have never talked about that in any way, shape, form, or fashion about any of my colleagues.
I'm going to tell y'all right now, he is. I mean, let's skip forward real quick. Because I know he about to go in on him. We got to get, I want to get to one part that was crazy. But yeah, I do. He does feel like that. He doesn't have a career better than yours. So yeah, he feels away. Come on, Stephen A. You need to recognize that. Uh-oh. Hold on. That's another thing he pulling up. Hold on.
Your own way. You couldn't even get black people to work for you. Look at this right here. Allow me to read this to y'all. Keep that up on the full screen. Deadspin, Greg Howard, the author, article from 2015. This staff, the one Whitlock was praising by way of warnings that if the writers and editors wouldn't align with his vision, he would get rid of them, wasn't the one he wanted. The Undefeated was originally meant to attract the best and brightest young black talent in the country, with Whitlock's aim set so high that he at one point seriously tried to recruit the Athletics' Ta-Nehisi Coates, the sharpest cultural commentator in the business today. As things worked out, though, these young writers comprehensively refused to work with him. So did big-name ESPNers like Howard Bryant, Jamel Hill, and Stephen A. Smith, whom he tried to bring in as contributors. End quote. Stop right there. I'm a fraud. I didn't do X, Y, and Z. Ladies and gentlemen, he's saying that my education wasn't paid for. He's saying I didn't write my own book. When Amy Bell, the editor at Simon Schuster, you can ask her yourself, Charles Soup, who runs...
All right, man. I don't care about that. Let's do, I want to see some more. I heard he did some more wild shit, so I'm trying to, let's see. I'm trying to skip through to that. Oh, I'll do like, hold on. I definitely want to talk about this. Oh, did I miss it? Y'all see the money on the ground? I heard it was wild. All right, hold on.
I've never said this about anybody else, and I never will. This is specifically for you. You've lost.
Damn.
I'm better than you.
Oh, damn.
The public says it.
Wow.
Everybody knows it.
That's crazy.
And you looked so pathetic, it had me wondering.
What?
Really?
What?
He must be in really, really dire straits. So I decided to do something about that.
Come on, Stephen A. Leave him. Let him live. Let him live, Stephen A. Let him live.
Nice studio.
Go ahead.
Something you can't afford.
Damn.
Somewhere along the way, you know what I'm contemplating doing, Jason? I haven't made a decision yet. But I'm thinking about starting a GoFundMe account for you. Because clearly you're that desperate. That's why you talk about me so much. Look at your numbers when you're talking about me and look at your numbers when you don't. I keep you relevant.
This has to hurt Jason Whitlock's heart. I mean, if he's sick enough to like, he's just satisfied by the response that he might get more clicks, cool. But this response will hurt my heart. Where somebody just talking to me like I'm just a peon in the game. Like Jason Whitlock is somewhat successful in terms of sports media for anybody. I mean, if you get on the show and people know you off of that, cool. But for somebody to just talk to you like you just a bum, and it's the truth. Better ratings than you, probably getting more money than you, more respect, more credibility. Not saying he don't have his faults, because he does, but it's the truth. That hurts. I get it. But if you're leading with numbers and money, this has to hurt. I get it where the source of pain came from, because before this video started, I didn't know where the source of pain came from. I'm like, why are you just hating on him? But he wanted that to be him. He thought he could have went to Fox Sports and that was him. They had heavy hitters over there. They had Skip, they had Shannon, they blew up. Your show was really good, but it's about how you treat people. You can't treat people any way and expect to get anywhere in this world. Yeah, can you luck up and do that? But people remember this shit. And as soon as you start to waver or some shit happens or a big enough group says, hey, we don't want you around here, you're gone. You're always going to have to be great. Whatever you do in this world. So, man, this is sick.
That's perhaps the worst insult of it all.
That's a
bastard lock.
That is crazy. Why are you doing this?
That's the title of the GoFundMe account.
Why are you doing this, dude?
Fat bastard lock.
Wow. No.
That's
That's Brick. If y'all know his character in them shows, that's Brick right there. Man, he a savage right now. He's a savage, bro. This is a savage. If I ain't never seen a savage, this is a savage.
You, my brother. Contrary to what you're willing to tell Blaze Media, you used to do that a lot.
Wow.
Didn't you?
Wow.
After all,
wow.
That's the only chance you had of getting some.
No, he did not. No. If you ain't say this is goated, you hating on him. He got off on him, bro. Because it sound like the truth. We being real, that's probably the only way Whitlock gets some, bro. Put that money on that table. Put that money on that nightstand, Whitlock. This is crazy. You talking crazy. Look how he looking at you like you a chump, too. That's what's crazy about this. That's another, you know what? Fuck all that. You gotta clip that. I'm gonna, because this dude is talking crazy to you. Oh, yeah, man. Because, whoa.
Needless to say, probably didn't work for you either. Because if anybody needs something, it's you. Cam Newton, next time, my brother, because you know I love you, you gonna interview somebody and bring me up? Don't just sit there and let them talk shit. Ask questions. Let them prove it. I'm a fraud? How? What facts do you have? I'm sitting there doing an interview with Glenn Bessinger the other day, and I talked about how growing up as a teenager, I saw a few people get murdered. Not like literally, oh, I mean, you hear gunshots, oh shit, you turn around and somebody's gone. I'm lying about that according to Jason Whitlock, like he was in Hollis, Queens, New York 40 plus years ago.
Damn, bro. He's right. He's 100% right, Cam. You did some weird shit, bro. There's no way you get around it. That was some weird shit to do. I don't care what nobody said. That was weird. That was strange behavior. And the fact that you didn't check him, we got to look at you strange. We have to. We have to, bro. Because it was too weird for me. Like, you didn't have to do that. You know what I mean? You could have checked that at the door. You could have. But you let him get his narrative off. And if I'm Stephen A., I'll feel away also. I feel like, damn, dude, I did a lot. And you just say you won't do me like that? It's crazy. It's crazy.
How would he know? I'm a fraud, and do you believe this or that? I'm a fraud. How do you know? I didn't write my own book. How do you know? If you're going to bring me up and you're somebody that's in my inner circle and you talk to me, grill them. Don't just let them talk smack. For those of you who haven't heard the interview, I encourage you to go listen to it because Cam otherwise did a fantastic job. And I love that, brother. And I'm going to show up on this show as well.
That's real, you Stephen A. Because if you had the power to just turn the water off for him, I definitely wanted to hear what it did a reaction to Emmanuel Acho. Then I'm gonna get off the video because you already did your thing here. So let's skip forward. I'm gonna skip forward to the Emmanuel Acho shit.
Appreciate y'all comments about me. Play that, please. Both of them, back to back, so people could know how supportive they were of me.
It sounds like a hater. Because, again, say what you will about Stephen A., and I've said a lot. Stephen A. is the best in the business. And it is not particularly close. So Jason Whitlock, to me, he might be right about Stephen A.'s basketball career. Who cares? Stephen A.'s not a pro basketball player. But he's dead wrong about Stephen A. on TV.
I think this was a low ball move. For sure from Whitlock, but it's on brand for him. And unfortunately, sometimes people just have a brand.
What's crazy is he's such a good villain.
No, he's a great villain.
He is.
Like I said, I give him credit for that. Like
he's such a good villain. He goes at women and children.
Yeah.
Like he does the criminal thing you're not supposed to do. Any marginalized community, he's like, they can get it.
Yeah.
You're mentally handicapped.
I haven't heard any lies.
Dropping the R word in 2026, you don't care. You don't
He
care
don't care at all.
nothing,
He doesn't care.
Bro, he all right, bro.
And then the worst part, though, he does it all under the guise of Christianity. That's the worst part. He does it all under.
Modern context, a lot of people do that under the guise of Christianity.
Right? But it's the craziest thing.
Tell me if this thought bubble is going in your head. Okay. Even if it is a lie, that's why you hate him? It's because he's a fraud and he lied his way into this position? It's a lot of ways into it, but doesn't the end justify the means? I don't know. Some guys have lied themselves into great positions. Remember in the game when they were giving out all the jobs to the best players? Remember there was a day with Jerry Rice and Emmitt Smith, and they didn't do the best in media, but they gave them the job because they were the best at sports. Then we realized, we don't need to give it to the best. We need to give it to just who can entertain, who can inform, right? So if Stephen A. didn't have the best sports career, does that really negate the fact that he is the best in sports media? The biggest in sports media? That's my thought bubble. Tell me if y'all had the same one.
I want to say thank you for that. I really mean it.
Like I said, man, this is the talk of the town. But I definitely agree with them. He does, like I said earlier, he comes at you with under the guise of Christianity. He says the worst things that he can think about. Particularly, I just don't think he's that good of a person. I mean, the way he comes off, I'm gonna go to it right now. The way he comes off is just hateful. It's just vile a little bit. I just don't mess with it. Because you don't have to be like this. You can have your whatever political leaning views, all this, but you just have shit that it's just mean. Which is fun to be mean, but damn, your shit just be evil mean. It's a different one. Clown show. He's a sports talk show, and look at this shit. Look at this. This dude just don't look at this. It's about sports, but more of it is just about opinions about the drama in sports, which is cool. But the shit he says on there, DEI diminishes Michael B. Jordan in the Oscars. It's just crazy. I seen one that was crazy. What is it? Where is it at? Because it was wild. Race retard. This is the shit I be talking about. It was just crazy. The stud demands. So, I mean, I'm not the super political guy or the super, just soft dude. Shit is funny. But it gets to a point of, man, where what are we doing? And then you doing podcasts with this dude here who's just the biggest weirdo to me. I would never play for a coach like that. But let me know what y'all think, man. Is Jason Whitlock, is his critique justifiable? Do you believe in it? Let me know. Because I want to know if I could be tripping, man. I don't mind to say if I'm tripping or not, but in my opinion, I think he's one of the worst people out here doing content because you can clearly agree if it's clearly just mean, it's clearly for money. And with the shit that Stephen A. Smith actually said that he does all this just for clicks and money, it's even more egregious and more nasty, man. You're one of you're in a business now that obviously a lot of black people do dominate, but you do it for the people that are independent of playing at a big time sports program in terms of the pros. and you talked about it. You were a columnist and rose through the ranks. And the fact that you, instead of just having less of an ego, treating coworkers better, at least your on-air opinions aren't just so divisive. You decide to go down that lane. So don't hate on Stephen A. Smith for not doing that and keeping his what he says at least a little bit professional. Don't do that, man. That's not right either. But let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. I could be wrong, man. I could be too soft. You could say that Stephen A. Smith rant was trash. Let me know in the comments. I wanna argue about that, man. But hype the video, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what y'all think, man. Again, I love doing this. Just the new podcast comes out tomorrow at noon. Again, love doing that also. So let me know in the comments. This is Cash Club TV, and I'm out. Peace.